The terrorist crimes cause a halt to the electricity power plants in the southern area, and the Ministry of Oil is working to repair the gas pipeline. Syrian Arab Army eliminates dozens of terrorists, including non-Syrians, in Rankus plain of Damascus and also in Aleppo, Idlib and Homs. Iraqi army targets the terrorist gatherings, eliminating more than 300 terrorists. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. This is Irado Krikorian with the news in English. Syrian Arab Army units foiled an infiltration attempt by terrorist groups from the old city into al-Sheih in Aleppo city, killing and injuring many terrorists. Syrian Arab Army units had restored security and stability into the village of Kifr Saghir, north of the industrial city of al-Sheih in Aleppo countryside, as engineering units dismantled many landmines and roadside bombs that had been planted by the terrorists inside the houses and on the roads of the village, which overlooks a number of surrounding villages and the military school of infantry, and also the road of al-Muslimiyya Aleppo. 2 days after maintaining control over the industrial city of al-Sheih, Syrian Arab Army units continued to comb the city and to open roads, and found a large quantity of rocket-propelled grenades and anti-aircraft missiles, as well as wireless communication devices and material for making explosives. In Homs, Syrian Arab Army units carried out a number of operations, inflicting heavy casualties among the terrorists in the governorate countryside. Syrian Arab Army units targeted the terrorist gatherings in the town of Om Sharshouh, killing and injuring many terrorists, and destroyed 2 vehicles, killing all terrorists inside on the road of Al-Farhaniya Al-Ghanto. Syrian Arab Army units also destroyed terrorist hideouts on the road of Sharshouh, Tasnim, and in the village of Al-Wahra, killing all terrorists inside. In Al-Qusayr countryside, Syrian Arab Army units targeted the terrorist gatherings in Haylan, Dawood and Wadi al-Kahf, and destroyed several cars and a vehicle equipped with a heavy machine gun. Meanwhile, Syrian Arab Army units killed many terrorists in Al-Hula countryside. In Damascus countryside, Syrian Arab Army units eliminated many terrorists as they combed an area to the northeast of Rankus Plains. Also, Syrian Arab Army units foiled an infiltration attempt by terrorists who tried to sneak from the farms of al-Sheih into a nearby military post, killing many terrorists. Meanwhile, Syrian Arab Army units targeted the terrorist gatherings in the farms of al-Sheih, al-Husayniya and Maghr al-Mir, eliminating many of them. In Iraq, the army controlled the international road and the 125-kilometer and 70-kilometer areas to the east of Ratbah. In another context, 8 persons were killed and 5 others wounded by the mortar shells of the terrorist organization of the so-called the Islamic State of Iraq and Asham, ISIS, in Al-Fallujah area in Al-Anbar province, which is exposed daily to mortar shells that resulted in tens of casualties, a matter that forced the residents in the area to take refuge in other secured cities. The Iraqi Air Forces dealt a blow to the terrorist show in Tal Afar city. Meanwhile, the military operations resulted in the killing of 114 terrorists, including the terrorist organization leaders. Welcome back. New warnings and fears in Britain and the Western states, which funded the terrorist fighting in Syria, of security threats by those terrorists as they returned to their countries after they gained dangerous criminal and fighting skills and committed heinous crimes in Syria. The latest of these warnings issued from head of the Defence Committee in the British House of Commons, Malcolm Rifkind, who asserted the danger of what he called as the bomb makers jihadists who joined the armed terrorist groups' ranks in Syria and Iraq. Rifkind said that the bomb makers have satanic skills in making explosive devices as they insert them in mobile phones and laptops. The anxiety and fear are growing in Britain from carrying out terrorist attacks against sites inside Britain. With this, we end our news for today. Thank you for watching. For more details about Syria and the region and to view this bulletin again, you can always visit our website in English, syriaonline.sy. Now to latest business and market news with Vani Genjan, but after a short break.